The Narendra Modi government made a huge U-turn on a major defence-related issue. Writing in March this year, Arun Jaitley, as opposition leader in the Rajya Sabha, called for the declassification of the 1962 China War report. However, today as Defence Minister, he seemed to have changed his mind, stating that the report would remain a secret despite his own earlier opinion.
It's the BJP's first big U-turn since it's come to power. The government said today that a report into India's failings in the 1962 war will remain secret despite earlier calls from BJP members to declassify it. In March this year, Arun Jaitley, who was then the Rajya Sabha opposition leader, called for the release of the Brooks-Bhagat report. Today, he did a U-turn.
The Henderson-Brooks report was an exercise aimed at analysing just what went wrong militarily. Politics behind the war was not a part of its mandate. However, a lot of politics has been played out over this report. In March 2014, when historian and journalist Neville Maxwell put out what he claimed were parts of this confidential report, Arun Jaitley, that time the leader of opposition in the Rajya Sabha, wrote this on his blog, which is still on the Bharatiya Janata Party website. He says, among everything else, with the wisdom of hindsight, I am of the opinion that the report's contents could have been made public some decades ago. This and today in the Rajya Sabha, while replying to a question in a written format, he said, this is a top secret document and has not been declassified so far. Further release of this report fully or partially or disclosure of any information related to this report would not be in national interest. It does seem that in a span of 4 months, Mr. Jaitley has undertaken what can be called, and his critics are calling it that, a U-turn.
The Congress reacted immediately, calling out the BJP for its earlier criticism.
It was Narendra Modi ji who used to say, Dr. Manmohan Singh doesn't speak. Whether you have heard Mr. Modi speaking on any issue. So they have taken complete U-turn. And basically they are following so many UPA's policies.
Ironically, some BJP leaders continue to call for the report's release.
और यदि इस प्रकार के डॉक्यूमेंट है तो देश को पता होना चाहिए कि हमने क्या गलतियां की हैं, हमारी सरकारें जो पहले थी उन्होंने क्या गलतियां की हैं। यह बहुत ज़रूरी है, लोगों का जानना ज़रूरी है कि इतिहास में हुआ क्या है। तो ऐसे में इसकी जानकारी देने से कुछ गड़बड़ तो नहीं होने वाला।
The 1962 war report by Lieutenant General Henderson Brooks and Brigadier Bhagat has remained a secret for 5 decades. Many believe it's an attempt to protect those in charge of the government and military at the time. Defence experts have repeatedly called for its release so that future generations of Indian leaders can learn from the mistakes. For now, Arun Jaitley, like the Congress predecessors he criticised, believes it's in India's national interest that this does not happen. With Jugal Purohit, Pierre Fitter for Headlines Today.
Strategic Affairs editor Gaurav Sawant joins us at this point of time on the story. Gaurav, the story is still developing, but quite a bit of controversy now created within the BJP. Its leader Kirti Azad going against his own government's line and calling for the declassification of the Brooks-Bhagat report. Now, this will create problems, won't it?
Now, I spoke to members within the BJP and they said this is Kirti Azad's personal opinion that this report could be made public. A senior journalist, Kuldeep Nayyar, was of the view that this report should be made public. At the same time, Wajahat Habibullah, as the CIC, was given access to the entire Henderson-Brooks report. He was also briefed by the Ministry of Defence and by the Ministry of External Affairs. And after that, after going through the report, he also went on record to state that this report should remain classified and no part of this report should be made public. However, there are sources within the army who say within the military fraternity, especially for officers who are commanding battalions, brigades, divisions and corps in the northeast, parts of this report should be made public because there are lessons to be learnt.